Well, well, well. If it isn't the last couple of months of the year. Fancy seeing you here. But hey, look at us. We are still here. We are still standing. And it means I can do my end of year TBR. The Lord works in mysterious ways. And yeah, that's exactly what I want to do today. I want to try and go through some books that I'm excited for the end of the year. And I'm not going to lie, I've kind of struggled a little bit. You know when you just like want to pick up things you just want to read? And you don't really want to put too much thought into it? That's kind of what I'm feeling right now. I feel like I just want to wing it. But I do still have things that I want to do in terms of like video projects and some book club books as well. And just other little things I am excited for. But honestly, I just struggled to build like a really big TBR for this. And it doesn't need to be big, I know. Size doth not matter. But I still want to stick a big TBR in, you know what I mean? So if you end up enjoying the video, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. The first book I'm going to talk about actually is a series of books, and it's kind of partly an announcement as well. But I am rejoining Becca for the Catch-Up Book Club for the Faithful Along. So we are reading 7 John Gwynne books. It's part of like the Faithful and the Fallen series, but also Banished Lands, maybe? Like, I don't know. Don't tell Becca this, I haven't done my research. But I know there are 7 books that we need to read, okay? I know the books. I don't have all the books just yet. I do have Malice, which is the first book that we are reading in November and December 2024. And essentially the Catch-Up Book Club is, you know, Becca from Becca and the Books' book club that has been running for, gosh, a good few years now, I think since 2018. And Gavin reads it all, was a part of Catch-Up Book Club back in the day. I was. 5 years ago, I was part of the Catch-Up Book Club for the Game of Thrones read-along. I believe I joined halfway through. I think I joined during A Storm of Swords, and then I saw the read-along through to the end of the year, and then I declined to return. I was like, Robin Hobb, Robin not. That was so stupid. Look, I'm filming this quite late. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. And like, I'm leaving for a plane in like just over a day, essentially. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind a little bit. But yeah, this is my first time joining the Catch-Up Book Club since 2019. So this is my highly anticipated return to the book club. I'm so excited. And so I will leave the announcement video down in the description box that Becca did. She explains it so much better. But I hope you join us. The other hosts are, of course, Becca, as well as Zaf from The Psycho Nicks, Aaron from Booked and Busy, Sandra from Got a Thing for Things, and Deb from DG_reads. And of course, yours truly. And it's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun. So we're reading this in November and December, and then having a live show for it in January, and then the other books in the series, as well as, I think it's like A Time of Courage, A Time of Dread, A Time of Pina Coladas, A Time of Blood. I should have known that. I will be sharing all of the book club live shows in my community page, you know, as the year goes on and we're doing the live shows, hopefully to remind you to join us in this adventure. I'm very excited to get back into being like part of a book club and just feeling like I belong. I did actually read this back in 2022 and I really liked it. I think I gave it 4 stars, and my memory is so hazy on this, but the main character is Corbin, and he's been watching other boys become strong, become warriors, and he's always longed to be a warrior himself. The fate of the world is going to be decided by 2 champions, the Black Sun and the Bright Star, and with their come will be the war to end all wars. I read that from the back of it. Yeah, I can't really remember a whole great deal about this, so it's going to be amazing to reread and discuss this with Becca, Aaron, Zaf, Sandra, and Deb. I will also be joining Kayla for the Literary Deb Book Club in November. We are reading An Academy for Liars by Alexis Henderson. I have never read an Alexis Henderson book before in my life, and I'm very, very excited to, actually. I don't own it yet because it comes out on October 25th. I don't own it yet because it doesn't come out until October 24th in the UK, but it'll be plenty of time for me to get my hands on it before the live show for this. So we follow Lennon, and she gets this mysterious phone call inviting her to take an entrance exam for this college that not very many people have heard of. And it's a school of magic. Lennon has the gift of persuasion, and I think it might be dark academia. I could be totally wrong on that, but it sounds pretty good. Like, it sounds right up my street. So I'm very excited to read this one and discuss it with Caleb for the Literary Deb Book Club. I also hope you will join us for that too. So those are like the 2 main book club books that I think I need to read over the next couple of months. I do have some books that I want to take with me to Egypt with me, because I am about to head off to Australia and Egypt, and I really need more books for the plane. When I get dropped off at the airport, I might see if there are any good books that I can buy there, because I was just browsing my shelves and I was like, I don't know what I want to take. I genuinely have no clue what I want to take. But apart from these 2, obviously. So, I mean, I still need to read The Beetle by Richard Marsh. This is a gothic classic. At one point, outselling Dracula. And I keep meaning to read it, and I was supposed to read it for my vlogs of Halloween. I mentioned this in my full TBR. But I thought, you know what? Let's take it on the plane. let's take it on the plane, let's read it when I'm on my way to Egypt. This one follows a politician called Paul, and he is haunted by this ancient creature from ancient Egypt, the beetle. It's a creature from the depths of ancient Egypt, neither human nor insect, bent on revenge for crimes committed against the disciples of a centuries-old cult. And wholly without mercy. Like, it sounds so good, and I've been really loving my gothic literature recently. I recently just did The Haunted Hill House by Shirley Jackson, and it got me back into the gothic classic mood. So yeah, even though I've already mentioned this before, I'll mention it again, okay? It will definitely get read. And then I will also be reading What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez for my, like, Egypt buddy read. So I told my travellers who are going on the travel trip with me to Egypt that we'll have, like, a little bit of a buddy read or a little bit of a book club discussion when we're in Egypt together. And we decided to go for What the River Knows because this was described as The Mummy Meets Death on the Nile. And I couldn't really think of anything more perfect to read while in Egypt. This one follows Inez, and she gets a mysterious message that her parents have died. And she's trying to get to the bottom of it, so she goes to Cairo to find out what happened to them. It is historical fantasy, and The Mummy is a buzzword for me. If anything is described as being like The Mummy, I want to read it. I recently just did a Mummy 1 and 2 watch along with my patrons, and oh my gosh, those movies, they are so good. So if this is anything like that, I just think I'm going to love it. I was going to do the Kane Chronicles as well, but I can't be bothered. I'm sorry. I said I was going to do the Kane Chronicles because I'm going to Egypt, and like that's perfect, obviously. But I can't be bothered. I'm sorry to all those people I'm disappointing. And for those asking as well, I will be going back to Witch Hat Italia Wednesdays on my manga channel. Gavin reads all the manga, link down below. I did take a break from it because I was doing so many of my vlogs of Halloween and they were taking up so much of my time. So it'll be nice to actually like do normal videos again. And so I will be able to go back to doing Witch Hat Italia Wednesdays. It might not be every single Wednesday, but they will be coming back. I've been dying to get back into manga. I've barely been reading manga the past few months. I think ever since like June, ever since I moved into this house, I've barely touched manga. So it'll be nice to go back to the world of Witch Hat Italia. I was loving it so far. And yeah, that's something I've also mentioned in previous TBR videos. I do just want to read books I want to read. Like, I have no vlog for this. I have no reason to read it other than I just want to read it. And that's amazing. That is something that I really need to do more of. And yeah, Butter. I mentioned this in my previous book haul that I've just put up. But Butter by Isako Yukuzi, I have been wanting to read for months upon months upon months. So I'm just going to read it. You know what? I might take this to Australia and Egypt with me as well for the flights. This one has a chef who was incarcerated because she would lure in businessmen with like really tasty, delicious meals and kill them. And then somebody called Rika is like writing to her asking for recipes, and then Rika gets those recipes. She begins to eat the food and things in her begin to change. It says that with each meal she eats, something is awakening in her body, and that just really intrigues me so much. Like, is it changing her? Like, is she becoming a little bit murderous? I don't know. So I've had my eye on this for too bloody long. I may end up taking this on the plane with me. I mean, this is all I need in my hand luggage, right? This is all I need, because I have 8 flights in total altogether. 3 to Australia, 2 to Egypt, and then 3 back home. And so I need to stock up my books I'm taking. I may take my Kindle, but we'll see if the airport has any good books as well. But I definitely think I want to put these in my hand luggage. Yeah, that still leaves like so many open spaces for books in the future, which is great. Honestly, it's great. I just need to use my local library, although I still don't know when it's closing because apparently it's closing for refurbishment, and I need to know when so that I can work around it for my library challenge video series. So I do have prompts for me to go down to the library and pick a book out every month that fits that prompt, and I still haven't read September's, and it's like October 21st. I'll do it though, I'll do it. I'm just going to be late with the September and October reads, okay? But I also need to do November and December too. So I'm going to go with the flow on that one, see what my library has. It's going to be great. Oh, I also want to do a complete series reading vlog for Wicked by Gregory Maguire. I read the first Wicked book, gosh, back in like 2010 or something like that. And I remember liking it, but all I remember from it really was a description of Elphaba's pubic hair. That kind of stuck out to me. It did. I was obsessed with the musical at the time, and so I really wanted to read the book, and I never continued the series. So it'll be really cool to read the series all the way through for the first time. And there were these covers that were released that I honestly love. So that's kind of what's inspired this complete series reading vlog, as well as obviously the new Wicked musical that's coming out in theatres. I'm so excited to see it. Like, I cannot wait. So I'll try and do those books when I come back from my travels and get the vlog out around about the time the movie comes out, because that is the only movie I'm that excited for this year. Well, that and Moana 2, I guess. I also have 4 more Stephen King books that I need to read. I have 2 from the Bachman books, and I also have Cujo and Christine to read for my 3rd episode for Gavin Reads All the King, which should be coming out around about December time. The only book of those that I have read before is Cujo. I read this 5 years ago, and as I was reading, one of my pets died, but I feel like my mind was a little bit of a blur at the time of reading. So I'll be reading this again about a dog that gets rabies and attacks. Never read Christine though. Never read it. I think it's about a sentient car that kills. Maybe, I don't know. I've never even seen a movie adaptation of it either, so that could be about anything. And then Roadwork follows a man who is grieving the loss of his son and the disintegration of his marriage, and he learns that both his home and workplace are going to get demolished, and I think he's trying to stand in the way of that. I'd never heard of this book before, by the way. It is part of the Bachman books, which he used a pen name for. And then the other one is The Running Man. In The Running Man, it's set on a reality TV show, and there is a jackpot, but the contestants get hunted. The contestants get hunted until they win $1 billion jackpot. Sounds pretty intense. And again, another one that I'd never heard of. I also want to do a like festive Christmas mysteries vlog because Benjamin Stevenson is releasing Everyone This Christmas Has a Secret, and I love the first 2 books in the series, and so I've been dying to like get my hands on it. Like if anything, this is one of my most anticipated books for the latter half of the year. It follows Ernest Cunningham, who was in the first 2 books, and he's at this like magic show, and the magician who was performing, his benefactor got murdered. And so people in this magic show are kind of the suspects, and I'm kind of intrigued by that. Like each book has been a little bit unique and original, so it'll be pretty cool to see like how this book also holds that up. I also have The Christmas Guest by Peter Swanson. I got this one last year and I was meaning to read it then, but time escaped me and I didn't get to read it. So I'll be reading it now. It's a very short novella. Peter Swanson has been hit or miss for me, but I have been enjoying the Kind Worth Killing series that he's written. This one follows an American who is in London for Christmas and is offered to spend Christmas at Cotswold Manor. I believe Ashley, the main character, is falling for her best friend's twin, so there's like a little bit of romance there, but obviously there's going to be a little bit of mystery too. I don't know if it's a murder mystery or just a mystery. It doesn't really say anything about there being murder, just holiday horrors. So excited for that too. And then I will keep an eye out as well to see if there are other Christmas mysteries, like murder mysteries, that I can find and read. I also want to try and do another like silent library video, and this time do like funny erotic Christmas stories. I kind of did this in the past 2 years now as well. I did one last year and then one the year before, of reading just really wacky Christmas smut, but like really strange and bizarre ones. One of them was The Stockings Were Hung, and it's like the stockings came to life and sex ensues. So I'd like to try and read some like really short, erotic but like hilarious Christmas smutty books and kind of do the whole silent library video again, because I haven't done that since February. So it'll be really funny, I think, to do that with the whole silent library setup. I don't know, like what do you think? I would love some recommendations for that if anyone has any. I do have my eye on some, but I kind of don't want to set in stone just yet what I want to read for it. We will just see, but I definitely want to do that one because I want to laugh. I want to laugh this Christmas. And I can't tell you any more that I want to read. Like I want to read, but I don't know specifically what I want to read. I don't specifically know what I want to do. I'm having a little bit of a crisis, I think. I need more things to be set in stone, and at the minute, there's too many gaps. There's too many gaps. It's suspicious. It's fishy. I mean, it gives me plenty of time to like mood read and like do normal things that I want to do, but I'm still like, but the content? Gavin, what content? I'm sure I will be reinvigorated during my time away. This video will be going up while I'm away. I should be in Egypt right now when this video goes up. And so I'm sure I'm going to get so much inspiration and just recharge my battery so that I can come back bigger and stronger than ever. If you have any suggestions, any recommendations, anything that you would love to see me do in the latter half of the year, please do let me know in the comments, because yeah, I could do with all of the ideas and all of the inspiration I could get. And things will come to me. Like I have so much that I want to do, but for like end of year, I don't quite know. We'll see. We'll see. But that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave all the comments down below. Let me know what you're excited to read for the latter half of the year. Do you have any end of year goals that you're trying to achieve? Any books that are coming out soon that you are so excited about? Shout at me down in the comments. I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for supporting my channel. If you'd like to join my Patreon, then the link is in the description box. But yeah, I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye.